Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. There's now, of course, a lot of pressure going forward here in Canada because of the idea of going back to school. Understandably, a lot of parents are concerned. They've been calling teachers, their school boards, the various provincial ministries of education. Some people in places like Alberta are not sending their kids back if they can avoid it because the numbers aren't really great out there. Some here in Ontario are trying to create these sort of mini pods or stick with online learning. Others feel that they're safe enough to go back to school. It's a whole mess. But one thing that really bothers me about this conversation is that we're not becoming creative enough with going back to school. We're still thinking in terms of they have to go here and to these classrooms and do these things. Right now, in a lot of places, you have empty office spaces. Can we not double up some of those to serve as classrooms? Can, the 10th graders get an office floor and several different rooms? Like, can we not get a little more creative? Hey, guess what? We're going to have an entirely outdoor phys-ed curriculum so we can either use the auditorium or bifurcate it into two with the dividers so that we have two larger, more distant classrooms to allow for social distancing. We aren't really thinking about new and innovative ways in which we can move classes around or try and create a list of, okay, how many of these kids in these grades, whether it's elementary, high school, whatever, how many of them and their parents are more comfortable with online learning? Great, that's now their new online class. And the others who are okay with in-class, we're going to put them into a class with like 10 to 15 students all spread out. And maybe they have to go to a currently empty office building or something. It just strikes me as a little limiting if we're just thinking of, oh, we got to get to school and all we have is a school building and a school auditorium and portables. Like that, we can do better, can't we? Can we not think of better ways of splitting and balancing the needs of those who want at-home versus in-person schooling? Can we not figure out different classrooms? Like, really, anywhere can be a classroom. It just needs to be somewhere. So I'm kind of just not upset, but just kind of bothered and frustrated that not enough people seem to be trying to think outside of the box. And humans have a capacity to be the most creative creature that we know of. The thing in here contains all these possibilities. Why can't we start, even if they sound sort of crazy at first, just spitball some ideas in various committees and parent-teacher conferences and in call-ins with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education and have people work together to find solutions? Because obviously education is important, but why would we limit ourselves to an old, outdated, underfunded, and crowded system? You feel me? So I really wish that, not just here in Canada, but in places like the States, Australia, Britain, India, Spain, wherever, Brazil, that everyone can have a greater chance to propose some ideas and try and think outside the box so that we can find the optimum way moving forward to keep our children, our teachers, and our families safe as we try and move forward into these unprecedented times. But that we seem so limited by our outdated system and determined to return to a sense of normalcy, even when that's not the safe thing to do, is what's bothering me today.